Bring them up. I'll vote. Let's get it done.
Senator, it's great to see you this morning.
We're
You make a
under
lot of
siege
really
here.
important.
Lindsey Graham is a national embarrassment.
Get it done. We got to get it done.
And a danger.
I will support whatever gets us over the line, but I am worried about delay when it comes to border security.
Senator,
Delay equals danger.
Miss Lindsay might be the most pitiful figure of the last decade, selling herself out to Trump in the almost unimaginable scenarios of bottom-like obedience.
I think he's a kook. I think he's uninformed.
Here's why I'm with Trump.
Now, Graham is outright lying about what's really happening to our country.
Real quick on these cabinet nominations. Look, Giorgia Meloni, Prime Minister of Italy, in Mar-a-Lago this weekend with President Trump. No doubt talking about the threats on the global stage. What are your thoughts here in terms of the terrorism element and getting President Trump's national security team in place? Do you have confidence that all of his cabinet nominees will be confirmed?
Yeah, I do, and I want to do them sooner rather than later. When President Trump left office, we had the most secure border in American history. The caliphate was destroyed, ISIS was destroyed, and Iran was in a box. We killed Soleimani, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard leader. The last 4 years have been a friggin' disaster. They rolled back every policy that worked on the border. They went back into the Iran nuclear agreement, giving out to hundreds of millions of dollars is used for terrorism. Yeah, the confirmations, do them now, do them quick. Get them all done in January, February. We need our team on the field. We need an FBI director. We need an attorney general. We need them all. Get it done. We got to get it done. We're under attack here. We're at war.
You're prepared to vote for all of Trump's nominees then?
I am ready to go. Bring them up. I'll vote. Let's get it done.
Delay over border danger? Really? The Senate, under Biden, passed a border bill that addressed everything Republicans asked for. It ended catch and release, held asylum seekers until their cases were adjudicated, and closed the border when encounters reached a certain point. And then what happened?
Why were you against the House, against the Senate border deal, the bipartisan border?
Well, it made it much better for the opposing side.
I mean, this is important. The border bill that Trump and Johnson defeated simply because Trump wanted to run on border problems, well, it was a bill that addressed everything. And Lindsay knows this.
When President Trump left office, we had the most secure border in American history.
You don't actually have any facts.
Obama deported more people than Trump, and Trump only built 50 miles of wall. All he did was jizz up white people's hate for Mexicans.
What would solve the whole thing in the border if they would just start shooting? Only shoot a couple, and they would go home.
You think deterrence would work?
If they would shoot.
Everything Trump has said he'll do to secure the border is a lie and won't work. Force Mexico and Canada to pay a 25% tariff to keep people from crossing? It's not a plan. Listen to me. Everybody with half a brain knows that Trump does not have a plan, or the one he has could be disastrous.
Tariffs. To me, I think it's the most beautiful word in the dictionary. More beautiful than love. It will make our country extremely wealthy again, because right now we're poor, we're broke.
How do you balance and manage tariffs the average person is not affected by? Please.
Just by the mere mention of the fact that I am going to put 100 to 200% tariffs on every car coming out of that factory that you just put, that car plant that's being built.
Everything Trump touches dies.
We need an FBI director. We need an attorney general. We need them all.
Attorney general and FBI director? You mean a drunk and a serial sex offender?
In a 2018 email to her son obtained by the New York Times, Penelope Hegseth wrote, "On behalf of all the women, and I know it's many, you have abused in some way, I say get some help."
And this guy?
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state. And I'd take the 7,000 employees that work in that building and send them across America to chase down criminals.
And Tulsi Gabbard? It's not just Democrats who are worried about where her allegiance lies.
If confirmed, that would mean Gabbard would oversee the 18 agencies that make up the entire U.S. intelligence apparatus, including overseeing the CIA.
Do you think Assad is our enemy?
Assad is not the enemy of the United States because Syria does not pose a direct threat to the United States.
The man used chemical weapons on his people. Thanks so much, Ambassador. Tulsi Gabbard, what are your thoughts this morning?
Well, I thought it was the worst cabinet-level appointment in history until they then heard about the Matt Gaetz appointment. Really, my reaction was that this is like the legend of Caligula, the Roman emperor. who wanted to nominate his horse as a Roman consul.
It would be funny were it not so frightening. And Lindsey Graham leads this gaggle of men on their knees in front of a sociopath whose actions have the nation standing on the verge of collapse. You think I'm exaggerating? Trump Nation is currently being run by a billionaire who Trump has positioned as his top advisor and who runs a major media platform where he consistently silences dissent and has publicly expressed support for Nazi-like politics in Germany. But this cabinet that Graham says must be confirmed without question.
I am ready to go. Bring them up. I'll vote. Let's get it done.
Well, they're people of questionable character, to say the least. I mean, where do I start? I mentioned Hegseth and Patel, two little boys pretending they're tough, and I mean that. Anyone who gets white supremacist tattoos or talks about shutting down the FBI, they want attention like a 2-year-old in a supermarket crying for candy. But Gabbard, RFK Jr., and Linda McMahon, could you have 3 more unqualified people in these positions? Like I said, Gabbard is a security risk, seeking command of all U.S. intelligence. Do you think for a minute that NATO will share secrets with us after Gabbard and this?
No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
And RFK?
RFK said doctors found a worm in his brain that had eaten part of his brain.
He wants to end or severely limit access to vaccines.
And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body.
President Trump has promised me is control of the public health agencies, which are HHS and its sub-agencies.
But health experts have criticized Kennedy's repeated debunked claims attempting to draw links between vaccines and autism.
RFK Jr. is not a doctor, and while tens of thousands of physicians and the NIH and every major medical institution say vaccines save millions of lives annually, this mentally defective Trump acolyte casts a shadow of death across the world. You think I'm exaggerating? Google world without vaccines.
There are demonic forces.
Red states are burning history and science books while Trump is bringing in Bibles.
MAGA Republicans in Oklahoma are mandating that the Bible be taught in public schools, so now they need 55,000 copies, but each Bible reportedly has to meet some oddly specific criteria. These Bibles must be the King James Version, contain the U.S. Pledge of Allegiance, Declaration of Independence, U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights, and be bound in leather or leather-like material. Not many meet those standards, but what do you know, Donald Trump's $60 God Bless the USA Bible checks all the boxes.
Dude, that's what's coming, and people like Lindsey Graham are the most dangerous because he knows the truth.
What is your reaction to hearing what Donald Trump says?
Disgusted. Well, I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy. I think what you like about him, he appears to be strong when the rest of us are weak. He's a very successful businessman, and he's going to make everything great. He's going to take all the problems of the world and put them in a box and make your life better. That's what he's selling. Here's what you're buying. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
While Hegseth, Patel, RFK Jr., and Musk are saying it out loud that they're willing to destroy our democracy to protect their fake theocracy,
I brought my Bible.
Lindsey Graham, Cruz, McCarthy, McConnell, Rand Paul, Marco Rubio, well, they're not mentally ill, and they don't believe Trump's bullshit, but they're willing to allow it to proceed because it rewards them. And more to the point, they're cowards and didn't stop Trump when they could. What's happening right now is a cultural cancer that Republicans had a chance to remove early on, but they didn't. Instead, they allowed it to grow, thinking that Trump would destroy their enemies. But like Mary Shelley's point in writing Frankenstein, irony's footprint on human history can be pronounced and tragic. Graham allowed Trump to destroy any of the vestiges of the Republican Party's true mission to keep government in check and protect the rights of the individual. But now,
this isn't their Republican Party anymore.
He's right, and Lindsey Graham will forever be known as a weak cuckold, hiding some dark secret that has forced him to support Trump and his attack on decency. And right now, with Trump in power and the Senate, House, and courts bowing to his evil admonitions, I guess their answer is not Lindsey.
Use my words against me and you'd be absolutely right.
Damn right. He died like a dog.
This is not a normal election.
Yes! That is crazy! Woo-hoo! This isn't their Republican Party anymore!
They're eating the dog.
You're an idiot!
Trust me.
Shut the f*** up, Dan.
Who's with me?
Oh, yeah, the lie.
Indictable.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes!
Tick-tock!
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.